Ready to deploy with the second in our series about my medical bag. This is the second section, the basic injury section. The first one we covered was trauma. This is for injuries that are not as life-threatening. I'm going to go through the basic stuff that I have inside there. Starting off closest to the camera, we have some surgical sponges and gauze, some fabric band-aids, knuckle band-aids and regular band-aids, a container of stainless steel surgical blades, some super glue for small cuts that you can close yourself. This is for nasal suction or irrigation of a wound. Some more 3M extremely strong tape. This is ichthymol ointment. This is very hardcore stuff. If you have a deep sliver or something like that that you simply can't get out, you put some of this black tar, smells like burning rubber. It's quite terrible smelling, but works amazing. And will actually draw the sliver up out of the wound. Also works really great on boils and blisters, any kind of abrasion like that. Just handy stuff to have. Keep in mind, if you look at the package for this stuff, it'll actually eat through the bumper of a car eventually. You don't want to expose this to any kind of raw metal. In fact, if you're putting it in a pill bottle like this in your pack, I would put it in at least 2 different Ziploc bags and make sure the container you have is sealed properly. Moving on, the digital thermometer. Good to have for taking vitals. Some cotton tip applicators. One of the old school ace bandages with the metal butterfly clips on them, and one of the newer versions with the Velcro closure. This little metal tool is actually a sliver removal device. Works really good for small slivers, metal, glass, that kind of thing. Here we have several different sizes of steri strips. These are basically what they use to close minor wounds. If you're not going to stitch or you don't have the ability to, these are handy to have. Again, just bandage the wound normally after you've closed it. Several different varieties of 3/0 and 2/0 silk sutures, silk and nylon. For those of you not familiar with these pre-closed suture kits, if you haven't gotten stitched up at the hospital before, inside this is a hook. It's going to be that shape, half moon, and there's going to be a large amount of either nylon or silk thread attached to the end of the needle. What the physician will normally do is use the suture and a hemostat or device quite like this to hold the needle and actually do what's called throwing the stitch. You pass the needle through, pull it out, and we'll cover how to do in-field suturing in a future video. And what we have here are some anti-diarrhea tabs. Extremely good to have a bunch of these in your bag. And some Alka-Seltzer tablets. These actually have Motrin and caffeine in them. Quite handy to have. That concludes the second portion of our medical bag. Stay tuned for the third video, which will be the last compartment in the bag. Thanks for watching.